and May's not.
Yes.
Coincidence?
She wasn't
I
here the
think
first day
not.
either.
She wasn't here the first day.
Maybe that's something
Yeah.
Bin Laden.
Yeah, that's
She thinks she can take
Do you
her
think
birth
they
month off.
postponed the assassination of Bin Laden so it did not occur during the wedding on Saturday? Because they got the go-ahead on Friday. And generally, when you get the go-ahead, you go. You don't.
No,
wait
they've had.
a
I
couple
thought
days.
they've had the body for a week.
She heard 2 years. It's been on ice for 2 years.
That's exact. I was like, you know, they've had him for like 3 years, and he just finally defrosted.
Because they gave us the go-ahead on Friday. And generally, when you get the go-ahead and you're in the circuit, you go right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
You don't wait a couple days.
No, you
I
don't.
bet you they did that, not to, so they didn't interrupt the wedding.
Probably.
Okay. Does everybody have a Old MacDonald?
Oh!
A bunch of sharps and naturals and.
I need to learn how to spell the German 6 modulating.
Okay, and you said from F.
Hold on, I'll tell you exactly. It doesn't matter what it's going to, or what key it's in. But I want to be able to spell the up a half step. German 6 to a dominant 7. Or is that down 7? Down a half step, which is dominant 7 to a German 6. Can't remember which one I need to do.
All right.
No, the 5-7.
First, turn
I
to.
want to do 3.
Okay, turn to page 266 and take out a pencil.
Where's it? Old MacDonald.
Now wait a second. I asked for Old MacDonald. You say I want to learn how to do the German 6. I say okay, turn to this page and you're taking out Old MacDonald. Make up your mind. You have a 266. Okay, where it says dominant 7th equal German 6, penciled in, modulates down a half step. And where it says German 6 equal dominant 7th, penciled in, modulates up a half step.
No, I know that. But the spelling, I get confused if we're looking at 267, part B of 9.1, which is C major 5/7, then B, D, F.
Yes.
And then spell it inharmonically. A double flat, C double, C flat, E double flat.
Oh. The reason is that if you're going to modulate down a half step,
Yes.
there are 3 different keys you could go to that are down a half step from C. There's B major,
Right.
B minor, C flat major is enharmonic with B, but it's different spelling. So the confusion is he's trying to give you all of it at once. He's got all the different spellings there. They're all jumbled together,
Oh,
which
really?
is a mistake. yeah.
So the A double flat and the C flat and the E double flat is all the different spellings jumbled into one?
Well, I mean, he gives you all the spellings. The first half, he's taking you to B minor and B major. So that's the spelling for going down a half step to B or B minor. The letter B, the second half, is just the exact same sound, but it's been respelled to take you to C flat major.
No, I was actually talking about center of the page. The example was the center of the page. Where
The
E-
center of 267.
Yeah,
That's what he did at letter B.
okay, I didn't put it on there on 9.1. Big.
But you said you're modulating from F to E?
Yes, that's
Okay, so we want dominant 7th, that's respelled as a German 6.
going down a half step.
So our dominant 7th and F,
F
You
is
could
C,
spell it out.
G,
C, E, G, B flat,
E flat, E flat.
and we're going to
E,
respell it with E, and spell it as a German 6th. So that
E
uh,
flat.
B flat becomes A sharp.
A sharp.
But there's no A sharp in the German 6.
Now, if you want to think of this as in the key of E,
Yes.
in the key of E, this is where you're going.
Together, just make sure. 4.
So A sharp is the raised 4, C natural is the flat 6, E is the first note of the scale, and the G natural is the flat 3. So if you're going to E major, these are the notes you need for E major. So you've got your E, first note of the scale, flat 3 is G natural, raised 4 is A sharp, flat, 6 is C natural. Then you take your A sharp up to the B, the C natural goes down to the B, we could go to a 164 or a 5. So if you're writing this going to a 164 with the German 6, the alternate spelling would be an F double sharp going up to a G sharp, and the E would stay right where it is. If you're going to the dominant, you still have this. If you're going to the dominant, you'd still have your C go down to the B, A sharp would go up to a B. Here the G sharp would go down a half step to an F sharp, and E would go down a half step.
Oh, you know what I've been trying to do? I've been trying to spell it flat.
Yeah. If you try to spell it in flats, we have no key signature for F flat major. That
No.
would be 6 flats plus 1 double flat. So that would confuse things.
No, I was trying to spell it in E flat as opposed to E.
Oh, trying to spell it in E flat.
I was just-
Okay. Another reason why you can't consider an E and an E flat, you can't just memorize the letter names.
Okay. Because my brain seems to work differently, I was trying to do the German 6s. So if I consider that first node, I was doing that workbook that I showed you, and it said
Yeah.
build a German 6
Yeah.
with this node. Okay, I can consider that node the key signature, correct?
I don't know what the name
I
was.
mean, the Tommy. Okay, instead of counting out flatted 6 or raised 4, can I use the key signature if I think of that first node as the key that I'm in, and use the key signature?
If
And
you
then flat it or sharpen it?
if they ask you to build it in this key, they didn't tell you what key, they said build it on this note.
Okay, the key. I guess
Oh, on
it's
this
a
key,
key.
all right,
Okay.
then yes.
Okay, so I can just know what's flat or sharp in the key signature and then adjust it accordingly,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because for me, it's a lot harder to think of, I don't know, for some reason I have a hard time knowing what's a full step or a half step, or, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So it's just easier for me to say, well, this is what it would be, and here's what I will do to it to make it be what it's supposed to be, correct?
right. What you're saying is correct. Still wish I could see an example to make sure I'm
Okay.
explaining right. because
Okay,
You know, you can show me where it says build it
Okay.
on this,
okay.
just to make sure. Okay, and everybody, back to McDonald and his farm. This is the farm McDonald had before he opened that hamburger place,
I think I missed the copy.
which is where all the farm animals are. McDonald's.
I didn't mind them. Soprano, alto, tenor, bass,
Yeah,
So I've decided to grade it in Hebrew.
Okay.
But what was the
Urach
mel- what was the melody?
Hanevel.
What was the melody? Melody?
Adonai.
Is it F, 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 C, D, D, C, A, A, G, G, F? Melody, can you tell me the melody notes?
Do, 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 so, fa, fa,
I think that was,
so.
I don't have it written down, but those.
F, 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 C, D, D, C, A, G, G, F, 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 C, D,
F, F, F,
C,
C,
D,
D, D.
C,
Okay.
A, A, G, G, F.
I did mine completely different.
Yeah.
I said, that can't be right, so I changed it. So I had 7 measures. Do we have 8 measures?
It's just a fragment.
6, 7.
Got 7 measures.
Oh, I just assumed we had 8. I'm missing a measure.
Here it is, right here. I have
Well, actually, you
F,
are,
F,
just like that.
C, D,
You went up and you did ascending instead of descending.
No. I want C, C, B, B, A, G,
But you went
G,
up on so instead of down on the
Did
C.
anybody have the homework?